Move, move, move is all this guy does. He's all over the place doing all the things. Our bestie. Haven't seen you in a while, Darius Butler, rubbing the old shoulders with celebrities at F1 Grand Prix in Miami.
It's been a minute, Kay. It's been a minute. You all have some F1 experience out there in Vegas. So Miami, we do a little better. I think we had a great race as well. Max didn't win finally.
Thank God.
So I had a good time, and good to see you again, though.
Good to see you too. Out of all of these people that you've met over this past couple of months, since the Super Bowl, let's say, if you had to go golfing with one of them, we're talking Roger Goodell, Bill Belichick in the mix. Like, who you got? Who would you like to kick it with?
I mean, you know what? It would have to be Bill. Obviously wasn't even meeting him. I met him obviously when he drafted me, when he came to my pro day. But just kind of seeing him again and seeing him in a completely different light. Being able to go to dinner with her, keeping it light, and then obviously having 4.5 hours with night one of the draft. Would love to get around in with Bill Belichick and see him on the roast too. That was good to see him in that Tom Brady roast. That was awesome.
I was a little, him reluctantly taking, we've all been there. I think you saw yourself in him, and that was like you and me at Super Bowl. I don't want to take this shot of tequila, but I'm on TV, so I know what I have to do.
Caught in the moment. Hey, he was a good sport. I thought he was a good sport. I saw Jules kind of talking about it after the fact, saying there was some tension in there. Of course, we all saw it. They all felt it, I'm sure. But I thought it was a good occasion for everybody. I thought everybody was kind of put in the, I guess some bad light at sometimes, but a good light overall.
Darius, are you going to tell me about F1? Who'd you see? What'd you do? What happened?
I mean, it was a lot going on, Kay. And obviously this was third one in Miami. Max has won the last two. And Lando Norris finally got a win. He got his first one in McLaren. But everybody and anybody was there. Saw a new Dolphin, Odell. Saw him obviously in the building. Saw a lot of former Zay Flowers was down there. Actually met the Covender twins, who are big in the NIL, big down here at doing their thing in WWE as well. So just kind of any and everybody was down there. Will.i.am. Jerry Bruckheimer, just everybody. Your people, the people you hang out with.
Jerry Bruckheimer, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. You know what? That's right. And that actually makes that Jerry Bruckheimer thing actually makes a lot of sense. Was he hanging out with Red Bull down there? I'm sure he was.
He was.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
He was making his rounds.
Yeah,
He's a pretty popular guy. He's making a movie with Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt right now, as far, and they have an actual car and an actual team, so they're doing their thing right now. So, I'll be in there first. Whenever that thing opens, I'll be in there to see that movie.
I love that. You mentioned Odell. We were just talking to Isaiah Likely, tight end, breakout last year, 5 touchdowns the last 6 regular games. Mark Andrews went down. He stepped in. I think they should run out those 2 tight end sets a lot. Now, Odell is no longer there. Derrick Henry's there, all of that. Odell in Miami. Isaiah really close to him, saying he's an inspiration. He gets the best out of people. What has he got? I don't want to say what he is. What does he have left? What can we expect? What can we expect from an Odell who went to the Rams, rose their game a little bit? They get a Super Bowl. Brings this Ravens squad to an AFC championship. What is Odell? Does he tip the scale? How much in the favor of Miami as a contender?
On paper, I wouldn't say he necessarily tips the scale right now. But when you have weapons like Tyreek Hill, we have weapons like Jalen Waddle. We saw the year that Raheem Mostert had. A-Chain, he kind of barely, I feel like we only saw him scratch the surface of him and his explosiveness, drafted another pretty explosive running back. So Mike McDaniel, another year in the system. I think I saw you say Tua should be made the highest paid quarterback in the league
of all time.
Here, but we know he's going to be good. We know they're going to throw the ball around. So Odell once again should have a bunch of favorable matchups. And you kind of asked the question, what does he have left in the tank? What can we expect from him? We don't know yet, but he's not going to come in and say, hey, we need this or that from Odell. We don't need him to be a 1. We don't even need him to be a 2. We just need him to win whenever that time comes. Maybe it's a playoff game. Maybe it's a Super Bowl. Who knows? But the Dolphins fans are excited to have him down here for sure.
You got quite a bag.
Absolutely. He got a bag. He got a bag last year when he went to Baltimore.
I feel like it's slept on a little bit, the business acumen of Odell, because we're talking about maybe he'll play in 1 game, 2 games. He's not the number 1. He got close to $10 million.
Yeah, and he's been patient. And those details of the contract, when they come out, they're usually up to whatever it is, and there's a lot of incentives. So, once again, hopefully he stays healthy.
Yeah.
He's down here in this warm weather.
I love
Easier
him.
to stay a little lubed up and loose. So I'm looking forward to Odell doing some big things down here this year.
There's a couple things I don't understand. We're going to get to this hockey fight in a minute, which like I don't watch it and say like that's so cool, but we'll get to that. But the other thing I kind of never really understand is the obsession of like NFL in the NBA, NBA in the NFL, and it's back again. This thing will not die. This like conversation's never going to die. You wasted no time making sure you posted your men's league hoops highlights, which I love, in the muck of all of this controversy. Realistically, you enter an NBA regular season game. What is the stat line for Darius Butler?
Oh, you talking about 38-year-old Darius Butler, 28-year-old Darius Butler?
I don't care. Tell me whatever you want.
28, I'm getting at least 10. You know, I'm getting at least 10. And it may sound crazy to pay you're 5'11", you're this, you're that. I went to UConn. I used to play with these guys in the summer. I played with the girls in the summer. You know, I played against some NBA guys. I know I can hold my own on any court. And the thing about, you had Cooper DeZian on here. He was talking about, you know, could he beat Caitlin Clark? Mm-hmm. I may be crazy, but I think he probably could. I've seen his bag. I've seen some of his bag. It's the strength. It's the quickness, it's the mental and physical toughness that kind of can set the football players apart. Now, obviously with basketball, especially men's basketball, it's the height. You know, that's still their biggest advantage. But, okay, they're pretty freaking soft. And I assure you of that. They don't like to get touched. They don't like to get bumped. So that'll be our edge. But, you know, the difference is they're very, very skilled, elite talent, the best of the best in both sports, NFL, NBA. Do I think guys can transition in both? Yeah. I don't think it's 30 from either league that can make it in another league. But if you're asking me, 28-year-old me, D-Buck can make it. Ask around. Ask around. I'm sure I have a lot of people.
Where would I go ask around? Like, what gym could I go and be like, hey, go on?
Yeah, you've been around some of these NBA games now. We got an NBA boost coming up. So just ask some people who, you know, some 15 and up veterans. You know, Rudy Gay, if you ever had some on the show. Anybody from UConn. Ask anybody who's been in these Josh McCown. I played a bunch of celebrity games. Just ask around, okay? I
will do that, but we have business to take care of. You come on. I just love how confident you are. You come on the show, and whenever you do, and I bow down to you when it comes to these parlays when the NBA happens. This one's a little questionable for me with what you're about. I need like a real good sell on this because we're boosting this. We asked FanDuel. We haven't talked to Darius in a while. Can we just boost it? They said, sure. Maps Thunder. It's game 2. Thunder up. What are you going with for your leg in this parlay?
Well, my leg, a little banged up. Luka, 3 plus 3s. Let me give you the reason here. We know Luka, he dribbles the air out of the ball. He gets to the rim. He attacks in the mid-range. But give you a little insight from a hooper, coming from a hooper. When you're a little banged up, guess what? It's not going to be as much getting to the rim. It's going to be more step backs, more 3s. Let me save my legs, shorter way to get back on defense. So I expect Luka to shoot at least 10 3s tonight, and I like him to make at least 3. So give me 3 plus 3s from Luka Doncic.
So we're looking for a bounce back from Luka because game 1 from 3. I like the numbers. I'm not a hooper. I'm a papa shotter or whatever. So like I'm not a hooper like you. But I look at the numbers. I don't like that. We're talking bounce back, and it sounds like you're talking volume. The volume will be there. So 3 plus made 3s for him.
Hooper, K. You sound like an analytics gal right now. I'm a hooper. Okay, I've been in the trenches, and in the NBA, all these games they're their own thing. All right, you got to go game to game. Yeah. And I think he hits. What do you have, though? What do you like here?
I'm going with, I just like the name Chet. No, I like numbers. I'm going Chet Holmgren. Listen, Mike Holmgren, that's a badass right there, MFer, right? We know about Holmgren with the pedigree of that name. True. No, I like it because the numbers. He averaged 16.5 points per game this season. That makes him like a Rookie of the Year contender. He's coming off 19 points. I think the games do matter. I don't think they're isolated. I think it's going to carry over from game 1 to game 2, which I love. So you have Luka 3 plus 3s, Holmgren 15 plus points, 15 points. We're boosting it from -105 to +170. Do you like that, Darius?
I like that. I like that value right there, 170. And actually, you probably don't know this, but I just hit a boost.
I do know.
You know, 25-25. So I'm on a 1-game hit streak right now. So I need this. This game right here, I mean, I don't care who wins. Obviously, I just want to get this boost to hit. But we got a lot of stat patterns in these games on both sides of the ball. We got Luka, we got Kyrie, we got Shea, and hopefully Chet could get on there and get his 15. I think he will, too. This is a good game for him. Dallas is missing one of their big men with a dislocated shoulder. So I like that for Chet for sure. He's a dog too.
Go get the Sportsbook app if you don't have it, or get on the Sportsbook app right now. It'll be in the marquee. You just got to swipe and find it. It's there is what you guys just saw, and it's our boost, and it is boosted, like I said, from -105 to plus
gotta
170.
Hit, gotta hit.
Listen, we're the official sports betting partner of the NBA. I'm just trying to get some of your luck involved elsewhere in the NBA. Just when you're looking at these teams, like, are the Timberwolves going to win the whole thing? Like, what should I know? If there was a team, if you were on FanDuel Sportsbook and you had to go ahead and, obviously the NBA is rooting for Boston Celtics and Knicks. Like, that would be crazy. But who would you like to see in the finals?
You know what? I would love to see Minnesota and Boston in the finals. And as a Heat fan, I don't want to see Boston win. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to see them win. I hope they lose. I hope they piss down their leg in the biggest moment. But they have been winning. They have been running the table. It'll be interesting to see if they do make it to the next round and face the Knicks. But I would like to see them up against Minnesota. Everybody's calling Ant-Man Anthony Edwards. I'm a huge, huge fan of his. Mm-hmm. Everybody's calling him the next Jordan. Mm-hmm. I would love to see him on the biggest stage and kind of take his team over the hump. The way they play defense, Boston's a great defensive team as well. Obviously, the Knicks with Thibodeau calling the shots. But the way the Minnesota Timberwolves play defense, 94 feet. Obviously, Goldberg just won another Defensive Player of the Year. Anthony Edwards, he's going to pick up the best guard. I love everything that Minnesota's doing. So I would love to see that Minnesota-Boston matchup. But obviously, the value there, plus 300, give me the Minnesota Timberwolves to win it all. Yeah,
I mean, they seem to be such a bad matchup for the Nuggets right now. I at least know that much. They're undefeated right now going into the next game. Hamilton somewhere is back there just crying because he's just, this dude, I don't pay attention. He's texting me at 11:30, midnight about the Knicks and Brunson. Like, are you crying back there somewhere, Hammy?
Big body Brunson.
You crying he didn't pick your team even though you're crying and you still won last night?
I mean, I know Darius, the Heat-Knicks beef is still there with Darius. I know he's not going to give us any credit. I would expect nothing less. But, hey, Brunson keeps playing like this, stays healthy. The Knicks are going to be a factor. That's all I'm going to say.
Brunson's odds are, like, crazy. I went to try to, bet him to score 30. It was, like, -650 on the sports book, which is insane. Over-under is, like, around 36. He's nuts. So, Brunson, I do love Thibodeau. I love their team. But I don't see him making it all the way, but good luck to you, Hammer. Good luck.
Okay.
Stop cheating my Pacers.
Before you two start fighting like these hockey guys, let's just show that tape and have you crushed this. Okay, your Panthers. I mean, come on. This is your team. They're going against the Bruins. 6-1 is an insane bloodbath, and there was bad blood between these two squads. We can't show the footage of the fight, but it was absolutely insane. You had Pasta up against Kachuk. What do I need to know about this?
I mean, it's bad blood. Hammer just talked about it in the NBA with the Heat and the Knicks and the Celtics. Same thing here. The Panthers, we sent the Bruins home last year in the first round, coming off the best regular season in NHL history. We sent their ass home and put Pasta and the rest of those guys, on ice for the rest of the way. But it is bad blood between these two teams. We got our asses kicked the first game 5-1. We came back 6-1 to protect home ice. So now we're going to Boston. I expect this to be a 7-game series. I think we'll come out on top, but it's definitely some bad blood there. And Chucky, you know what was crazy and what I love about hockey? They actually agreed to fight before this happened. And then Chucky just ended up whooping that ass. So, you gotta be careful what you ask for, Pasta.
I don't know his name was Chucky. I knew it was Pasta.
That's our nickname. That's our nickname.
Chucky Pasta. I can't wait to see the fellas break this down on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN and YouTube today. I think that'll be nice candy for them to chew on. Of course, we've been everywhere. F1. We're talking Miami. We're talking celebrities. We're talking roast. We're talking hockey. We got to end on the NFL. Before we let you go, since we haven't talked to you since the draft, 13 defensive backs taken in the first 2 rounds. We've talked about DeGene, all of that. Lions take Terry and Arnold. They actually took 2 corners back to back to try to bolster their secondary. Their secondary has always been, Jeff Okudah, so much hoopla, doesn't work out. So are they finally there? Are the Lions' secondary issues solved?
That was my favorite pick as far as matchup-wise. I do love Cooper. I love Mitchell, them bolstering the Eagles secondary. It definitely helped there. But I did love Arnold, going there. And he's going to be coached. He's coached up well. He's coming from Saban. And the thing that the Lions have done They just paid St. Brown. They just paid Sewell. So they drafted guys. Laporta came in there. He's dominant. Brian Branch. So they're drafting guys that fit that culture. And I think Arnold will be a guy that fits right in. I think he's going to do the right thing. I think he's going to, kind of be one of those guys who are coachable and approachable from day one. And you've seen him. Everybody's seen him off the field. He seems like a great kid, easy to root for. So I'm excited to see him get in there and be a dog. And everybody, with MCDC, he gets those guys going. He gets them to buy in. And he may be one of the missing pieces to get him over that hump and maybe get a Super Bowl next year.
Hopefully. I'm looking at the Rookie of the Year. I'm on the sports book. Are you taking this at plus 1,200? Here's the odds. 3 tied for third, really, after Dallas Turner. Are you taking Terry Arnold at plus 1,200?
I got to go Latu. You saw Chris Ballard on draft night. He said we got the best effing rush in the draft. He got that big, ugly-ass horseshoe tattoo, but I still love him. I love the dedication, and I think he'll get after it. And that was a great pick because you added to his strength of that Colts defense, obviously with DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart and Kwity Paye, who picked up his fifth-year option as well. So I'm going with Latu there. What was that? Plus 480, I believe I just saw, but I like that value there. So I'll go there for the defensive rookie of the year. I do love Dallas Turner, though. Shout out to him. He's a South Florida guy.
Yeah, he is the favorite. All right, Darius Butler, we put you to enough work today. I hope you get. Do you have a day off the rest of the day? What do you do?
I got a couple of days off coming up, so I'm going to get out there and hit some golf balls.
That makes me happy for you. You deserve it. You've been doing a lot of traveling, but I know it's a lot of fun, too. All right, Darius Butler, we will see you, of course, on ESPN, grazing every airport I'm in ever lately. I look up, and there's my boy just crushing it. We love you. We'll talk to you soon.